Man, listen, I know a lot of people could not wait to see Wendy Williams get a taste of her own medicine. She was talking people's business from back in the day. But if you look at the internet today, bloggers, vloggers, isn't that what everybody is doing? Ain't everybody got a platform now? Didn't Wendy Williams pave the way? Podcasts, all that, huh? Shouldn't she be treated with more respect? Because actually, that's the main source of entertainment today. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell is going on with Auntie, but Wendy is in deep, and I hope she gets out of this. You know, I said it before. Looking at Wendy, I don't think anything is wrong with her other than she is probably overly medicated. And somebody is probably keeping her incapacitated through medication for their own gain. That was just my personal assessment. Now, of course, they have found other things that has been released to the public from before, which we'll get into right now. Listen, first of all, Wendy Williams has sparked a whole lot of concerns as videos have emerged of her banging on a window from inside a assisted living facility. I thought she was banging on a window from inside of her own high-rise apartment. Looked up and found out it is an assisted living facility. Oh man, it looks bad. It looked like she wants to escape so badly. You know, the glass must be so thick because she can't even jump out if she wanted to. So footage of Wendy Williams sobbing and banging against the window of her room in this assisted living facility has shed light on her confined lifestyle under this controversial guardianship stuff that they got her signed to. Now, in a clip that was taken from a new TMZ documentary, the 60-year-old is seen getting emotional while she was locked in a room as she conducted a live phone interview with Harvey Levin. She's on the phone doing the interview. Harvey is over where he's at, you know, in his lounge with a big screen in front of him. The TV host, who was diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, like Bruce Willis, in May of 2023, appeared to be, I don't know. I would say she appeared to be normal during the phone call, except for the fact that she was a bit frantic. She looked out the window looking down on the streets in New York City during the call. It looked very, very weird. Now, as she described her current living condition, right? She broke down in tears and she pressed her hand against the window while she was crying. It looked so sad. Speaking to TMZ, Saving Wendy, which is available to stream on Tubi, Levin explained, this is Harvey from TMZ, he explained that filming the window of her room was the only way to do an interview with the star, who told him that she had only been allowed outside twice in the last 30 days. I mean, damn. Is she in prison? I mean, if you're going to take care of somebody, you take care of them, right? You look out for them, right? If she is incapacitated and she can't handle her money, her millions that she has, that everybody knows she has, then you still take good care of her, right? I think a person like Wendy, who is so outgoing, Wendy probably needs to be outside like every day. At least 30 minutes to an hour a day. And on other days, very much longer. She is a social butterfly. So just locking her in like that, that's like solitary confinement. That's probably making her deteriorate, you know, mentally, emotionally more than anything else. Now, because we can't get a camera in the facility, they said, and she can't really have any visitors. So she's locked inside. She only goes out. She's only been out twice in 30 days. She really can't get any visitors. She cannot go outside on her own. This shit sound like she's in prison. She's been outside twice in the last 30 days. She has no internet. She, and I think rightly, says she feels like a prisoner. Man, listen, she is a prisoner. They have her as a prisoner. This is fucked up. Pardon my language. I don't really like to curse. But looking at her crying in that window, this is fucked up. I gotta say it again. Fans were quick to share their dismay. They're not feeling it. This is heartbreaking to see. She needs to be reevaluated ASAP, and that guardianship needs to change ASAP. If nothing else, she should go live with her family. But in Wendy's case, what if you have family that is not going to take any better care of you? You know what I mean? Another wrote, this is wrong. How many celebrities have had their lives stolen from them? Another person said, man, this is a very sad situation. This is a travesty. It needs to be fixed ASAP. The documentary was filmed on a sidewalk below the facility that she is at, with the camera angled upwards at her 5th-story window, since the former talk show host is not allowed to have visitors. That sounds like she's in prison to me. She's not allowed to have visitors. She can't go outside on her own. They've only taken her outside twice in 30 days. What? What did she do? That sounds like she killed somebody. That sounds like she's on a life sentence at a government facility, correctional facility. In a snippet that was shared with the outlet, TMZ, Wendy Williams said that her life within the past year has been isolated, and she added that where I'm at this place, where the people are, they're older. She says they're like way older. They done put her with 90, 80, and 90-year-olds. She says she eats her lunch and her dinner in her bedroom. She don't eat out there with them. She and them have nothing in common. They trying to turn her into like one of these old depressive people. She's screaming that she doesn't go participate, not because she thinks she's better than anybody, but because it is so goddamn depressing just being around all these elderly people, 90 plus years old. They're like waiting to die, end of life type of thing. Obviously, y'all, Wendy Williams is not as incapacitated as they said she is. She knows what day of the week it is. She knows what facility she is in. She knows out of 30 days how many days she's been outside. You get the drift? Okay. If somebody has frontotemporal dementia, they would not be able to constantly recall all those things. She continued to explain her living situation. She said there's a bathroom and there's a closet and then there's a TV, which was purchased by her through her guardian person. And she doesn't even have cable or internet. That's prison. That sounds like prison to me. Levine asked her again, so are you allowed to go out? Like, I guess he meant like go out with somebody. She says, no, I am not allowed to go out. I can call you, but you can't call me. What? What type of shit is that? This is a grown old 60-year-old woman. You're restricting her like a child. Not even a child, because she told him that she can call him. So she's allowed to make phone calls, but nobody can call her. Wendy Williams expressed that she has asked the guardian person for an iPad since last year. It seems like, but the iPad, can I please have my telephone back then? Can I please be able to call, at least call my family members? What is the problem with me calling and talking to friends of mine? They're not allowed to come in here. Friends of mine are not allowed to come see me. Okay, that's a big ass red flag. You know what I'm saying? The clip has been circulating just as the beloved talk show host launched her next big assault on the guardianship and has kept her confined and largely away from her family and friends over the past 2 years. Now, the former talk show host, which is Wendy Williams, she signed an affidavit on Wednesday afternoon in which she asks the judge overseeing her guardianship case to please end this arrangement now. I am not incapacitated like they said I am. I was on a bender. It was the medication with alcohol combination type stuff. I was going through some stuff, but I am very much here. In the legally binding document Wendy Williams reportedly says that she has regained all capacity to function independently, and she says that she no longer requires a guardian to oversee her. She had a guardianship overseen by Sabrina Morrissey, instituted in 2022. We in 2025. Wendy Williams still has several steps ahead of her before she can end this guardianship. However, the judge will ultimately need to be swayed by her if she hopes to regain her freedom. Y'all remember that one star, Britney? What's her name? Britney Spears. Wasn't Britney under the same thing? You know, I kind of understand now what Wendy is going through. You know, this is definitely a ploy to control. In order to do that, though, the former radio host her next attempt to prove that she does not have frontotemporal dementia, contrary to how doctors had previously diagnosed her, she's going to have to go through the whole rigmarole, getting tested again. Hopefully, she's getting tested by doctors who don't have the other people's best interest at heart. She averred in her affidavit that she was not suffering from the neurological condition, and sources told TMZ, which told the world, that she will be seeing a doctor on Tuesday of next week for a new evaluation to hopefully confirm what she's saying is true. Now, notably, frontotemporal dementia, this is a permanent and a progressive condition. It is a degenerative disease. It never gets better. You might be able to do things to slow the progress of it, but you can never stop the progress of it. So the former talk show host, Wendy Williams, her former Wendy Williams show host, hopes that her apparent improvement in functioning will indicate that she couldn't possibly be suffering from this disease, which makes perfect sense, because if she's improving, or she has improved a whole lot, obviously that's not what she's suffering from. One of the markers of this disease is that there is no improving. Once you have that, that is what you have. The first day they assess you, it's called baseline. You will go degenerative, meaning you will get worse and worse and worse after the baseline. If they find you getting better and better and better, that is a misdiagnosis. Wendy Williams recently hired a new attorney to help her end the guardianship, and they were responsible for selecting the new doctor she was seeing. According to the publication sources, her attorney plans to file an emergency order to show cause that the day after the testing, which should force the judge to weigh in on ending the guardianship. She's hoping that the judge will agree and end things right where they are. But if they deny the request and keep the guardianship as it's currently constituted, Wendy Williams will allegedly request that her case go before a jury who can determine if she's able to care for herself and run her own finances without the need of a guardian. Imagine being 60 years old and you have to fight other people to say, leave me alone, I can take care of myself. Well, Wendy kickstarted the new year with a call to the Breakfast Club to plea for her freedom from her guardianship and to shut down all the claims that her ongoing dementia battle has made her permanently incapacitated. Wendy stated to the show host, Charlemagne and the rest of them, that I am not cognitively impaired, but I feel like I am in prison. I am definitely isolated. This doesn't sound like somebody who has what they saying she has to me. This sounds like a woman that knows exactly where she is, and she wants out of the situation that people have gotten her in and are trying to keep her in. To talk to these people who live here, that is not my cup of tea. I keep the door closed. The former Wendy Williams show hosted and you know what? Rightfully so. She is Wendy Williams. You know, put her in a damn nursing home, and then she's supposed to what? Go socialize with 80, 90-year-olds every day just so everybody can start making up their own narrative about her. She's always been like private about her private life, other than what she chooses to show you, you know. Furthermore, Just the fact that she's not allowed to have visitor from friends or family, red flags. All over the place, red flags. Wendy says, she described her stark difference of her daily life as she noted. She said, I watch TV, I listen to the radio, I watch the window, I sit here, and I watch my life go by. She added that she no longer has the company of her pet cat and claimed that they are now gone, claiming that they had been taken despite her wanting to keep them with her. I guess they were saying that she was so incapacitated that she couldn't even take care of her cat. So they took the cat away. Nobody knows where the cat is or her cats. She revealed that she ultimately hopes to move to Florida so that she can live there with her family. And for now, she is just focused on being able to travel out to Miami this month in order to celebrate her beloved dad's birthday. The Wendy Williams show aired its final episode in June of 2022, about 13 years without the star herself making an appearance. She previously withdrew from the show in 2021 and embarked on what was initially supposed to be a temporary leave of absence to cope with some health issues. Y'all remember when she, the divorce was pretty new and she was going through all that. She took a hit from that. If you ask me, honestly, I just think that Wendy took that divorce to heart, and it was a lot of shame and a lot of guilt and a lot of embarrassment mixed with, just lifing, and it got the better of her. She was on medication already for her thyroid issues, and then she started mixing that with a lot of alcohol and the medication she was taking with that. She had a relapse, she said. She was an alcoholic before. And she was tooting up and snorting before she went back to old habits. And it had her looking like she was incapacitated. But she's cleaned herself up. Now, the interesting part about this is they're asking her, why do you think you ended up in care? Very interesting. She said, I believe that my son took advantage of me financially. And while I was in that state, and this is what triggered the guardianship, but she's forgiven her son. Well, so far, the judge has said, that's all good and dandy, but we don't trust him enough to let you out into his care. Her son recently graduated from college, and, he's a grown man now, and he has apologized to his mama, and she has forgiven him, but it's still not going over well in the courts, as in her being able to get her freedom. He overstepped his boundaries, she said, and he was inappropriately using my money without telling me crap about it. He shouldn't have done that. He knew his mama wasn't okay. But here we are, right? Listen, man. All I can say is, I hope Wendy get up out of this. I've heard her talk. I've seen her. She does not look like somebody that has frontotemporal dementia. She does not look like or sound like somebody that is incapacitated or, intellectually slowed down in any way. And like I said before, she knows she is present, all across the board present. She knows what day of the week it is. She knows what month of the year it is. She knows what year it is. She knows where she is. She knows who's around her. She knows all her family and friends by name. She can still recognize everybody and have relative conversations, and she can recall everything that is pertinent. That is not somebody that is suffering from frontal temporal dementia. I wish Wendy all the best. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Why do you think they're doing this to Wendy Williams? This should spark another interesting conversation, and I'll see you in the comment section with my replies. Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next video. It's Brainflow TV / Hot Topics TV. You already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.